Being outside, I feel like, is, in my hardest time, in my darkest times, the closest I could get to freedom. I grew up in a good family, a big family. We adopted 4 boys when I was 13, so it got bigger. There's actually 8 of us kids. My mom was always serving at Grace, so I feel like this was home for a lot of my childhood. Going into middle school and high school, I think I really started to realize how much my anxiety was taking over my life, and I was letting it. I started realizing how much that could lead to depression and kind of keeping that to myself. I didn't really talk about it for a long time, and when I was 19, my parents ended up getting a divorce, and my dad stepped out of the picture a little more than I would have hoped, and it changed, I feel like, everything around me. I think I viewed him a lot more than I realized, like God, and so when he left, my view of God changed a lot and was warped a lot into thinking that he left me too. That led me into a huge spiral of about 5 to 6 years of chasing anything of the world that would make me feel better. I wanted to go anywhere other than here. I didn't want to be around people that knew me or that would tell me what was right or wrong. I wanted to run from it, so I ran to a city that no one knew me, that I could act like whoever I wanted to act like and do whatever I wanted to do. I think in Vegas, my anxiety was all that led me. It consumed me. I was running into things that I thought were going to make them better. I don't even know if I thought they were going to heal them, but at least mute the pain. I felt like that was the only place I could find my worth, who looked at me, the type of attention I could get. And so I would be out all the time just to make sure I could get attention, make sure people were looking at me, because that's where I found my worth. I tried one time to take my own life. The only thing that was keeping me going was knowing what it would do to my family. My brother called me in February of 2020 and told me he felt it really heavy on his heart that it was time for me to come home. I had a good job, I had the things that I thought that I needed, so it didn't make sense to me in the time. But my little brother told me it was time, so I did. Living in such a loud way, in such a worldly way, it made me very nervous to come home to my family and to a church that knew me since I was a baby. I thought that there was gonna be so much judgment and so much hate, but coming home to brothers who embraced me like I had never stepped out of their lives in the big way that I did, and coming home to a mom who embraced me in every way possible, and to a sister who had babies now, that I had missed so much of their lives. When they embraced me, that they still wanted me, they still loved me, and they still needed me. Yeah, I definitely still did not want to come to church. I was scared. I was scared of the judgment or the expectation of someone I didn't think I could be. I didn't think I could be this person that knew Jesus or felt loved by Jesus. My other brother used his brother card to get me to start coming to YA, the Young Adults program here. I went genuinely only to support him. I didn't come to the 6 o'clock service. I came at 7:05 so I could miss everyone and walk in and support him because it was something that he was really passionate about. And I began seeing how much the people that had known me since I was a baby embraced me. And I remember thinking, like, I don't know why they're accepting me back here. I don't know why they're loving me so much when I've done so much. But I started coming to service, and then weeks after that, I made friends that would just talk to me, that wanted to know me. I didn't have to be anyone. I didn't have to be anything. I began realizing that the only place I didn't have social anxiety was at church, which was the weirdest thing for me. I began letting people in. I began seeing that I had the desire to mend relationships with my family, apologize for things, be real about things, and stop finding shame in them, and begin facing the decisions that I had made and allowing Jesus' grace to cover me in it. I still struggle. I still have bad days. I still wake up anxious sometimes, but I found the solution. I now know in the middle of a panic attack who I need to call on and who will save me from that. And I've never in my life felt more at home.